Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So we're going to talk about Scott Disick and how he needs to be a part of the Creep Squad.
Well, if it isn't the Creep Squad.
Why, yes, it is the Creep Squad. And allow me to introduce you to the king. Pleasure to make your acquaintance.
Because what he is doing is very creepy, and the fact that the Jenner Kardashian clan is so supportive of it is even creepier, okay? No 37-year-old man should even want to date a 19-year-old. Even if a 19-year-old is willing to date you, you should not want to be with a 19-year-old. I don't care how much older they act. I don't care how more sophisticated they act, how their mindset to you is beyond their years or whatever. It's weird. It's strange.
Oh, you nasty.
And before I get into it, right? I just want to say this, that I know a lot of guys out there will say, well, she's hating because for some reason they look at it as like when a female has something to say about an older guy dating a younger female, it's hate. It has nothing to do with hate. It has to do with this is still a child that isn't even allowed to drink in the United States. A child that is certain activities and functions that you can't even do with her. Okay? If she was 21, it wouldn't matter. But this is still a girl in her teenage years. Your frontal lobe isn't even developed until you're 25, I believe. So, granted, she might be mature, but you're still affecting her process mentally. You get what I'm saying? Like, whatever she goes through in this relationship with an older man is going to affect how she is in a relationship with people throughout her entire life. And it's easier for an older guy to get with a younger female because then you can warp her and manipulate her into believing certain things are okay in a relationship. Because let's be clear, girls that when they are young, they haven't really dated like that. But this older guy, he's got around. He's dated like that. He's been around the block. He's already set in his ways where he knows what he wants in a female. So now he can mold this young female's brain and mentality into what he wants for him. And then when he's done with her, he can move aside. Now, let's talk about how when Scott Disick was dating Sofia Richie, how her father felt about the situation. He said, she's 19. When you're 19, you know everything. Is it going to be for life? I don't know. But for right now, it's just a phase. I'm going to stand real still in the corner, get me a good drink, and not make too much noise. He also continued to say, the Kardashian family, who Disick spends much of his time around, is a well-oiled machine. When you hang around the reality world, who knows what you are really doing? This is a well-oiled machine, the Kardashian machine. I don't really know what to think. I told Sofia I will have no opinion. I will continue to be my cheerful self and move on, he said. This comes off as a father that's like, you know what? I don't want to run her off. I don't want to say the wrong thing. But he's a man. He knows what's up. You get what I'm saying? And I'm glad that he allowed her to just go through it. To just go through it and see that Scott Disick, who is an addict, constantly in and out of rehab, has no business being around young girls like this so he can fully ruin their life with his excess baggage. He just stood back and was like, you know what, Sofia? I'm going to let you do you. You'll see for yourself, because we've all been young and we know in our family and our parents try to step into relationships when we're like, oh my God, I'm so in love with him. He can do no wrong. That makes us push against them harder and be like, you don't know what you're talking about. He's everything. He's da-da-da-da. You always got to see for yourself. And sometimes when you got to see for yourself, you don't like what you see. So now he's in a relationship with this Amelia Hamlin. He's in a relationship with her, who she is 19 as well. And Lisa Rinna and Harry Hamlin are her parents. Now, according to reports, Lisa Rinna is not with the shits. She don't like it. She thinks it's disgusting. They know about his reputation. But it's like, how can you step in and tell your child not to do something? Because when girls are in love, dude, you could tell them the world's on fire and they don't believe the world's on fire. You know what I'm saying? So let's see what they have to say about the relationship before I get into what Chris Jenner and them has to say about it. So according to reports, Lisa is worried Scott is playing Amelia. And Harry is well aware of Scott's reputation for being a wild guy who loves younger women. Neither of them want to see their daughter have her heart stomped on. Lisa Rinna wished Amelia would have found someone different to date. And Harry doesn't want his daughter to be just another good time for some guy. So you guys may or may not know, but recently there was like reports of him and her house hunting, right? But there's also an article when he was speaking about being with Sofia Richie, how he never plans on marrying her. That was never something that he felt like was going to become a serious thing. So for me, it's like Harry and Lisa, they know. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what you're feeling. You know that Scott doesn't have the intentions of really, truly marrying somebody and getting with somebody. That's why he's with these young girls. Because it's like, it's fun. It's a good time. He can party how he wants to party because we know he likes to party. And they're with the shits, right? But as soon as that's run its course, he can just move on or whatever. And now these little girls that thought they were in love, and looking for a house together, now she's got to be heartbroken and her family's going to have to pick up the pieces. Another thing that's always like funny to me is how guys always come into the defense of other guys and they always say, I don't think it's nothing wrong with the older guy dating a younger girl. I don't see nothing wrong with it until it's their child. Lisa Rinna and Harry Hamlin, they don't want their 19-year-old daughter dating a 37-year-old man. That's not the type of person they want their child to be with. Lionel Richie, he probably didn't want her to have the same reaction that Nicole Richie probably would have had back in the day. So he was like, listen, I ain't gonna say nothing, but low key, I wish you wouldn't. And he probably just left it at that, you know what I'm saying? But then we have the Kardashians over here. I don't expect too much out of them at this point. You know, we know their track record. But we have the Kardashians over here fully supportive of Scott and this 19-year-old girl, Amelia's relationship. Fully supportive. Yeah, y'all probably are fully supportive of her relationship with him because y'all don't got to deal with him. Y'all don't got to deal with him being in and out of rehab and him coming over and having a woe is me party. You don't got to deal with it. Now he's got some 19-year-old girl to place all his burdens onto. I mean, this situation, it's just, I wanted to talk about this mainly because of how you see how it affects a young woman later down the road, right? I've even been in relationships with people that at my age, my young age at that time, I probably shouldn't have dated. And I learned a lot from those relationships. So it's just like when you're going through it, it seems like, oh my God, this is great. This is everything. Until it's not, you know? But at the end of the day, it's like, you like it, I love it. If you want to, if they, whatever. But it's creepy and it's weird. And it will always be creepy and weird to me no matter how many people try to justify it. It's creepy. It's weird. He needs to be a part of the creep squad. That's all I have to say about that. So, if you happen to like this video, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye. Also, subscribe because it's free.